Welcome to the 3-Minute Theologian, where we hope to help you to know the Word better and to drink deep of the living water. Maximum truth in a minimum time, with your host, Adam Burrell.
Hey guys, today we're going to finish looking at the doctrine of God by asking the question, how did God make the world and all of the universe? There are varying theories of this issue, but I believe the Bible expresses it most clearly in what is called the creationist perspective, or particularly a young earth creationist view. But to be fair, I know some guys that are very wise that I respect that are creationists, but they don't necessarily hold to a young earth view of this. But I don't believe the book of Genesis was written to tell us expressly how old the earth is, though I do believe it says it. But rather its purpose was to be made known who made the world and why we are to worship Him, to make God known. So how did God create the universe and everything in it? Well, He created it called a term called ex nihilo, which is a Latin phrase meaning out of nothing. God existed before the universe was created, but all things yet were created by God. Genesis 1:1 calls this the heavens and the earth. He created, there was nothing, and then He created the heavens and the earth. That's the whole expanse. That's the universe. John 1:1 explains, he says, all things are made through Him. And then Paul, writing in Colossians, says, by Him all things were created, in heaven and on earth, the visible and the invisible. So the Bible does not support in any way a Big Bang theory or anything else apart from God's creative handiwork here. He created not only out of nothing, but He created it simply by His spoken word. And He said, let there be. Let there be light, let there be water, let there be animals, let there be vegetation. God simply spoke and it was. He didn't have materials to work with like a great artist that would paint a picture from paint that was existing and a canvas that was existing. He just spoke and the world came into being. The one exception to this, however, was the pinnacle of His creation, man. He took from the ground His creation and He molded into man, and He breathed life into them, making him in His very own image. So God made everything from nothing simply by speaking with supreme authority, and it was so. But why did He create it? Well, He created it for His own glory. The psalmist in Psalm 19 says it perfectly. The very first verse, the heavens are telling of the glory of God, and their expanse is declaring the work of His hands. His creation shows His supreme authority and wisdom. Just looking at the vast oceans and the millions and millions of stars and even the intricacies of the human body should make all stand in awe and give glory to the Lord. But He also does it for our benefit. If man's chief end is to glorify God and enjoy Him forever, then this is true of creation as well. We are to delight in His creation that He has made, and it should make us stop and reflect when we delight in His goodness here. He loves to give good and perfect gifts to His children, and He is so gracious that He even allows those who stand in direct contradiction and animosity toward Him, He allows them to enjoy His creation as well. So God created everything, and He said it was very good. And there's no reason to doubt this biblical truth. God spoke, and it was. He can do that because He's God. So next time we'll be finishing this up with this episode, but we'll be looking at the doctrine of man next time, and I hope you'll join me then.